So just going through the results down, we're just having a quick look here just to see what's going on, and then we'll really hone in a little bit later and figure out how do we put this together, what clues can we actually get from this in terms of where to go and problem solve. So peak vertical force, so we're looking at just absolute strength on the hamstring is definitely different, so 25%. So 303 newtons left, 226 right, so we've got a 25% more loading on that left side. So we just look and go, yep, just from a very basic perspective, that right hamstring's significantly weaker. Cool. This kind of makes a little bit of sense, go figure. Something I'm interested in looking at as well is, so we got the peak vertical force, peak output, but then we're looking at time frames as well. So even though in powerlifting it's not really a sport of speed and time frames and this sort of thing, to the naked eye, it actually is, because if we don't get that reversal, if we don't get your hamstrings and all the rest of the things we need to use firing within a certain time frame, it doesn't need to be as fast as if we're going to jump or sprint or change direction, but we still have a limited time frame for everything to engage so we can actually start the ascent concentric out the hole. So even if we took the longest time frame initially and said, cool, how much force do we have in 200 milliseconds? We got an even bigger difference, so 32%. So not only is that right hamstring 25% weaker in that position when we look at joint angles, types of contraction, it's actually firing up 32% slower. So we got less strength, and it's not even using the strength that it has in the kind of time frames we really want to be using to get back up. And we go, cool, is 200 milliseconds long enough for something to happen where the brain's registering a lack of stability, lack of support, and wanting to shift weight? Yeah, totally. Yeah. Because as much as I joke about powerlifting being really like the slowest sport imaginable you could come across and take the piss a little bit, in all fairness, it's actually not just that. We still have firing rates we've got to be considerate of. And then on the split squat iso hold, definitely found that one, tougher. Two, there's that natural sort of reluctance to take that knee forward and load the knee into the quad, which is completely understandable if we're looking at chronic pain. That's what happens. Chronic pain is really good for rewiring pretty much how we recruit and do things, but also just at the end, towards the end, we're seeing that shudderiness going on, which is, as I mentioned, it's just a good indication that that nervous system's not able to smooth out that firing rates of the motor units and get that smooth contraction going on.